Trump is back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? 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 Ding 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 ding. I'll create a monster, cause nobody wants to see mine no more. They want Trump. I'm John Liver. Well, if you want Trump, this is what I'll give you. A little bit of weed mixed with some hard liquor. Some vodka that'll jumpstart my heart quicker than a shot when I get shot at the hospital by the doctor. When I'm not cooperating. When I'm rocking the table while he's operating. You ain't his womb to stop the fading. Cause I'm back, I'm loaded rig and ovulating. I know that you got a job, Miss Pelosi, but your husband's heart problem complicating. So the FCC won't let me be, or let me be me, so let me see. They try to shut me down or mock when heard, but it feels so empty without me. So come on and thumb on your lips, fuck that, cover your lips and some of your tips and get ready, cause this shit's about to get heavy. Just settle all the lawsuits. Fuck you, Nancy. This looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me, cause we need little controversy, cause it feels so empty without me. I said, this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me, cause we need little controversy, cause it feels so empty without me.
And we are live. Welcome to the Digital Renegade podcast. I'm your host, Dashing Rogue, and with my frequent sidekick, Artistic Layman.
Hassan replied to this by saying Elon is autistic and he has a trans kid, but he's such a horny reply guy that he forgot. Hold on a minute, we're living in the progressive, sex-positive, empowering future, right? What is exactly wrong with being a horny reply guy? Every single bread tuber and progressive on the fucking platform posts ooh woo, I am respectfully looking with sweating emojis underneath every single 5 out of 10 OnlyFans art hoe, while Hassan himself has flown to Europe to fuck sex slaves held in a brothel.
That's a Muslim for you.
Yeah. Oh, that song's just so perfect. Like, only Trump can parody that song so well right now.
Oh, because he's living the song, you know?
Yes. Could we need a little controversy?
I mean, there've been more musical memes about Trump than there have been any other president in my lifetime. And to be fair, I am a millennial, so. Anyhow. Welcome, Armored Ghost. Welcome, DZ. It's been a while. Yes, it has. All's quiet on the Arizona front. Yes.
And we're meeting today because 4th of July will not be an option.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Sorry about that. I'm eating right now, but be as it may.
I understand that you've had some Gnostic fighting or some Gnostic experiences recently. That's true.
Oh, yeah. I've been fighting Gnostics lately on Twitter. By the way, follow me on Twitter. I mean, I was basically, calling the bluff on the Satanists. Well, not even the Satanists. I only want to use the term Satan. The Satanists. They're like, it's like the Satan. The Satanists, I should say. Like, it's the Jew, the Platonic Jew, right? That's what I even say. Like, why are you guys, like, so pro-abortion? Like, shouldn't you be pro-individual and, by extension, basically be a bioconservative? Right? Like you think they'd want the kid to be alive and they'd be like more respectful in that regard, but no, it's all about killing kids to get their ego cummies. And I called them on it, and that's it, and they didn't like it. So I was having a very nice discussion, and then all of a sudden, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the Australians woke up or something, and not to piss off the Australians, but time zone shifts. I noticed there's a lot more engagement in my shit in like Eastern Europe and whatnot, but be that as it may, they started flooding it with gore. The threads on Twitter just flooding with gore, and I'm like, most of these people don't even
what
of horror films like Freddy Krueger and shit. Alucarda. I mean, there was one that was from Alucarda. I'm like, oh, they know what Alucarda is, probably because they know what Iron Maiden's was it the fucking 666 Number of the Beast, whatever it's called, that song. Yeah. So that basically is my week in a nutshell. Basically fighting with the fucking pagans on Twitter. Joining the eternal struggle, don't you know?
And for fun, you and I went to Cracker Barrel for the first. You went to Cracker Barrel for the first time.
Yes, I did.
I'm guessing the fighting kind of made you ill or something.
No. I just ate something, that's all.
Ah.
Some bad food or something like that, some bad juju. But basically, meanwhile in Russia, of all places, here you go, Luke.
Oh, what happened in Russia now?
This is what happened in Russia.
Or this time, I guess.
This time. Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
I missed that. Or previously on X-Men, or whatever meme we have today.
Previously on Star Trek Enterprise.
Вот это вот парни ЧВК «Вагнер», которые погибли сегодня. Еще кровь свежая.
Russian John Goodman.
Сними всех.
What are we supposed to be looking at?
Dead bodies. Lots and lots of vodka
А
dead
теперь
bodies.
слушайте меня, сука, блядь. Это чьи-то
Fucking Russian
сын.
profanity.
И чьи-
Fucking Russian John Goodman is not very happy right now.
чьи-то сыновья.
Listen to me, you sons of fucking bitches. These are someone's fucking fathers and someone's sons.
But Biden doesn't care.
No, Biden exactly. Putin doesn't care. Shit, keep going. Keep going.
I can't be mad at Putin. I can be mad at Biden though.
I could be absolutely mad at Putin and Biden at the same time.
Not for the same reasons
Yeah.
though.
Nah, I could do the same reasons. Yeah.
И тем, которые не дают нам боеприпасы, сука, будут в аду жрать их потроха, блядь. У нас нехватка боеприпасов 70%. Шойгу! Герасимов! Где боеприпасы? Посмотрите на них, сука!
Aw, look at him.
Если вы даете норму боеприпасов, их в 5
He has the eyes of John
меньше.
Goodman, man. He has that like really like if John Goodman in some horror film fucking vibes, you know. But this is what's happening. So you have to understand something about the Russians. They're not institutional; they're individualistic.
Oh.
That means that the Wagner Group is run and owned by that guy, by Shoigu. Oh, not Shoigu.
Oh, is this him again?
No, that's Prigozhin. That's Prigozhin. Yes, he's the head of the Wagner Group. He's Putin's chef. He's important because Putin's brain is fucking is Dugin. Yeah, that's the. So any time you have someone named Putin's ex, is usually a part of the corporeal system of the state. Just to let you know that. Vladimir Vladimirich. What kind of name is that?
Vladimir Vladimirich. One's been torn
That's
pieces. It's
bullshit.
soil mixed with meat. And a little Arab Emirates, son-in-law of Russian defense minister. Well, it can be end in the revolution, just like in 1917. First, soldiers stand up, and after that, their loved ones will rise up. It's wrong to think that there are hundreds of them. There are already tens of thousands of them.
Prigozhin is Russian Beklov if Beklov was a billionaire. I actually think you might be correct about that. And that's not an insult to Beklov. I can see the resemblance. He does have that Bulbasaur with him, doesn't he? He does. He has a very Bulbasaurish body. If that makes any sense. He'll mind whip you. You watch out. No, but in all honesty, so there was supposedly this giant coup that was going down, right?
Oh yeah, how would that go?
Well, let's just say he's throwing a pissy fit because if you go back to that clip, we start naming the people, right?
Oh, this clip here, or
no, the original clip.
Oh, there's no clip.
Go back to the original clip. Starts naming the people's at I'd say 30 seconds in. 30 to 40. Yeah. He says, play it. Just play it.
Будут в аду жрать их потроха, блядь. У нас нехватка боеприпасов 70%.
There they are.
Now, Shaigu and him have a long history. First off, who the fuck is Shaigu? Besides sounding like a off-brand version of Ragu.
Mm-hmm.
He basically is the secretary, the military defense minister of defense and chief of general staff. Now, what does that mean? He's basically like General Mattis, right?
Mm-hmm.
In fact, if you really want to know why these people hate each other so much, is because when we were in Syria and we decided to like drop a bunch of like tomahawks on anti-personnel mines, he said to General Mattis himself called up and said, "Hey, what's going on here, Russia? Are these your guys? No, they're not our guys." That's what he said. So then Wagner Group got fucking bombed. Why did Wagner Group get bombed? Because they're mercenaries, right? So this guy basically, the average Russian troop gets about paid 1,000 rubles a month.
Mm-hmm.
The average Wagner Group member gets 10,000 rubles a month.
Mm-hmm.
That's so one of the reasons why I think he actually got hit was because they were going to basically get rid of him. They were going to kill him off for political reasons. They were going to Game of Thrones him, essentially.
Oh.
That's one of the things you have to understand. Lucian, he did a whole video about what's going on in Russia right now, and one of the things that I noticed here was that this guy basically started to how can I say this in a way you guys understand here? He said before that Russia is not institutional; it's personal. So all the people he picked from Wagner to do certain jobs, he handpicked. Same thing with Shaigu. It's all like it's basically imagine every single institution in the United States as corrupt. So the DMV is just as corrupt as, let's say, the police department, and the police department is just as corrupt as the health care. And eventually, you have different groups and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So these guys are basically killing each other over like political crap. And what happens when they come in? Here you go, Luke.
Why? What does happen?
This is what happens, Luke. Right here. There you go.
What is this? What is this?
This is the Russians being welcomed. The fucking Wagner Group is being welcomed. They're not being fought off. People are just saying, no, we're not going to fight with we're not going to fight with Wagner. We're not going to do it. People are literally ditching. So it goes to show you that this one defected Russian could get so close to Putin, so close to Moscow, and then basically Putin says, I'm gonna crack down on these fuckers. I'm gonna crack down on them. Turns out they're not gonna crack down on them. Why not? Because they bought him off, and they asked him he's in exile in Belarus. So it very much this shit that they're like we're basically thinking it's World War III, and these motherfuckers haven't even gone past I guess it's the Tudors era, because they still have this like drama, this like princess king like nobility drama. It's really sad. Another example of this would be right here. In 1 second. Lit up right here. Right here. Prigozhin is a Russian. Yeah, yes, he is a. That's correct. I already read that. Here we go. Here's another one for you.
What's this?
Mercenaries who had been surging to Moscow agreed to turn back on Saturday to avoid bloodshed. That's according to the
official
leader
story.
of the Wagner private army, Yevgeny Prigozhin.
ЧВК «Вагнер».
In an audio message, the former ally of Russian President Vladimir Putin said his forces got about 125 miles from the capital. Now the moment has
He
come
really
when
is Beklov, isn't he? I can see the resemblance. He's fucking Beklov. And that ain't me trying to bash him. Again, I noticed patterns. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
be spilled, he said, adding, "We are turning our columns around." Reuters could not independently verify how far fighters got. The de-escalation of the major challenge to Putin's grip on power was brokered by Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko, his office said.
Мы находимся в
Hopkins.
штабе.
Under the deal, Prigozhin will move to Belarus, the Kremlin said.
So
The
Russian
safety
Beklov's
guarantees
going
for
with
the-
Super Mario. Think about that. Russian Beklov, it was Super Mario.
Bulbasaur and Mario.
Yep.
the leader and his men. It all marked a dramatic U-turn from just hours before, with Russian armored vehicles rolling past the Kremlin, checkpoints outside Moscow, and warnings to residents to avoid going out. And in the previously rebel-captured city of Rostov-on-Don, troops began pulling out by Saturday night. The lightning insurrection appeared to unfold without much pushback from Russia's regular armed forces. Prigozhin had said his so-called March for Justice was intended to remove corrupt and incompetent Russian commanders he blames for botching the war in Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said the Wagner revolt exposed, quote, complete
What is
chaos
Zelensky? That's
in
what I
Russia.
want to know. Like we already have Soviet Sargon, which is basically what the hell is his name? What the fuck is his name? The fucking Konstantin Malofev, right? He's Soviet Sargon.
Uh-huh.
We have Russian Beklov. Who's Zelensky? That's what I want to know. I legitimately like to know who our mirror Soviet world equivalent would be. Keep playing it.
It came just as Kyiv is launching its strongest counteroffensive since the war began last year. Western capitals said they were watching developments closely, with U.S. President Joe Biden speaking with the leaders of Britain, France, and Germany.
So what exactly has happened?
Well, it was going to be a coup, Luke, and then the coup was canceled. Because, I guess they basically, paid Beklov off and said, okay, you know what? You don't have to show up anymore. Just go to Belarus with Super Mario and don't come back. And then you stay out of the war. Now, the more conspiratorial people believe that this is basically, they're going to move Wagner Group to attack through Belarus into Ukraine. That's the idea behind it, right? I don't know if that's true or not. I personally think that the Russians are way too fucking individualistic and they're way too nepotistic to actually pull something like that off. That's what I believe. Because, I'll be frank with you, if your first thought is a video game version of Russians or like a Hollywood version of Russians, keep in mind most of the Hollywood Russians, they're played by Swedes. I don't know what it is. Like, they have fucking Dolph Lundgren. You have that, the guy who played the crazy Russian on frickin', what was it? Armageddon, right? The crazy Russian on the space satellite or whatever. Zelensky is He is! Zelensky is Dark Side Phil. Luke, put them side by side. Hold them side by side. I want to see this.
Let me see. Dark Side. Well, he doesn't look. Let's see. Dark Side Phil. Let's see if I can find a picture of good old Dark Side Phil. Phil. It's been a while. I think a picture.
It has been a while, Mr. Gout himself.
Let's see. Let's see. What do you say? Get this picture on here. What do you say?
I think there are plenty of redheads in Russia, honestly, dude. I hate to be the guy who says this.
I can kind of see the resemblance, but Phil is a lot more pasty.
That and also the fact that, well, it's probably because Zelensky's actually out with his troops, One has soy, the other one has a hook nose. I'll let you decide which one's better.
Hook nose, you say?
No, I don't care about his. Like, he literally has like that, that very arched nose. If that makes any sense. I don't care about him being Jew. I'm just saying that's what he looks like. I'm comparing, contrasting between Phil and Zelensky. I don't hate Zelensky. I actually am pro Zelensky, believe it or not. But anyhow, we're gonna move on from there. Almost the nose a bit off. Yeah, a little bit off. He doesn't have his mother's nose, so to speak. Let me see if I can find what else are we talking about. Alrighty, here we go. Abu the Muslim Pimp. Actually, we're gonna do something that we talked about last time. Hunter Avolone.
Oh,
Hunter Avolone.
What's he up to now?
He got cucked hard.
What, did he actually? He made a response video to that. Does he actually? What has he said? Or we're gonna see that first.
We're gonna see this first, the I Hypocrite video.
Yes.
Let me see. Go pull this up. Right here.
At which point?
Shit. Let me see this. Give me 1 second. Right at, I want to say, 340. I want to hear what the guy who actually who cucked him, essentially.
Or hypothetically, because she apparently had cold feet.
Aww.
Rebelled against this, turned on religion, and became liberals. Today we're going to find out how those life choices are working out, thanks to a video that was posted yesterday by a YouTuber by the name of Kingston Hawk, who has a story he wants to share with us.
Hey y'all, this is Kingston Hawk. Just want to go on a quick rant. Real quick backstory. You know,
Chewy.
I did a debate with Hunter.
What's that?
It's Chewy. It's like my friend Chewy.
Ah.
And he looks like somebody who would be named Chewy. Keep going.
A year ago, and I guess I've been following this chick because of that. She was like saying her own shit about the same topic, and I seen it, and so I just commented, and I can't remember what I commented, but just something to the extent of like, I don't think she knew what she was talking about. Well, she was real polite about it. She was like, if you don't think I know what I'm talking about, why don't we debate? And I'm like, cool. So we jump in the DMs, and we're debating the topic, and she actually seems a lot more reasonable than Hunter. You know, she's got a lot more reasonable position. So me and her, we get along. And, you know, she's like, well, shit, we can continue to debate, but why don't you just call me? Like, let's just use Discord and let's just, voice call. I'm like, all right, fuck it. You know, so we talk later that night. We spend a little while talking about the debate, but we kind of agree on most things. So we spend hours just talking about her life and my life. And it's funny because when we started getting into my life, that's when, things changed and got sexual. Because, I've been in the adult industry.
All right, little editor's note here. I've added the black censorship box over what was a nude photo of Carissa Avolone. I think I was saying Clarissa. It looks like it's actually Carissa in the screenshot there. In the original video, Kingston Hawk had blurred out the naughty bits, but her face was clearly visible. This is still a little bit too in the territory of revenge porn for me to take
He's legitimately
showing any...
his woman just immediately cheated on him because he was talking to a guy for longer. Than like an hour almost. This is literally that scene from the movie where the guy and the girl are arguing, and then they eventually kiss. That's literally what this is. The degenerate millennial equivalent of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this is, Luke. They talk forever. He says, "You crop your face too much. That's hot part. That's your hot part." And then she posts a fucking picture, I guess, to be provocative. Much, much better. You're basically more sexy when you're getting confident vibes off you. Oh boy. This is cuckery shit. Cuckery shit. Keep going.
Of Carissa's nudes, blurred or otherwise, in this video. What I can tell you is that I was looking into this last night and I confirmed everything. Basically, Carissa had an OnlyFans account, she had webcam accounts, and she also had an alternate Twitter account, all under the name Kiara Quinn XXX. She was posting everything, even for free, right on Twitter.
Dude.
Kiara Quinn? Really?
Anyone who names herself Quinn, / Harley Quinn, which I know that's what that is, dump them. Run away.
Boy.
Anyone who idealizes a borderline who's in love with a psychopathic clown, keep that in mind. That's who they're idolizing. Right? Yeah. I'll take Pettibone or some princess any fucking day, but we all want the pirate queen at the end of the day. That's what we really want. Keep going.
I've seen everything. I've seen it all.
Now, since the video has come out, Carissa has gone into total damage control mode. She's deleted the Kiara Quinn Twitter account. She's deleted her main primary Twitter account. There was a Reddit account under the username Kiara Quinn XXX that was deleted when I clicked on it. I'll assume she was also posting her nudes on Reddit. The My Free Cams link still works. That's still live. So, if you want to trust but verify, you can just pop that username into Google and see what comes up for yourself, all right? Viewer discretion is advised.
Although entertainment industry, let's be clear.
We're going to have to pause again here because the YouTuber, he's just flashing through these screenshots, but I think it behooves us to actually take a quick look at what's actually being said here. So he says to her, tell me what your sex life would look like if you had complete freedom to do and try whatever you want to. No pandering, give me your most honest answer. And she replies, I think I would start with fucking you. I know you would be kind, but also give constructive criticism. Then I would want to fuck the Australian guy because he's fat and funny. He says, you want to learn to be better sexually? And she says, yes. I tried to ride a dildo on the chair and my quads were burning after like 3 minutes. LOL.
No, Jesus
For like 15 years.
Christ.
She said what?
She's a what? What did she say?
Wait. I think
Dildo on the chair.
I tried to ride a dildo on the chair and my quads were burning after like 3 minutes.
She basically got a workout out of it. She said she can't last that long. So someone like me, I'd be grabbing the bitch then.
I've got nothing to add. I'm not adding anything to this.
I ain't adding anything either, mate.
Chair and my quads were burning after like 3 minutes. LOL.
For like 15 years. So
You're more interested in fucking particular people than doing particular things. Yeah, at first I think. I've only fucked one very small category of people. Guys who have grown up incredibly conservative and Christian, and a girl with the same background. I want some atheist dick.
We've
LOL.
been through this. We've been through this bashing. All women are crazy. We have known this for thousands of years. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. The difference here is you call the bad women out, and one of the ways you do that is you weaponize the mental health system. They're all borderlines, dude. This is borderline personality behavior. She's sending guys pictures saying, "What do you think of this?" Like it's like a fucking. It's like the equivalent of a job interview, but she's showing you her portfolio and not the way you might think.
And keep in mind that he knows who she is. This guy knows who she is. They're having a conversation because I guess Hunter Avalon and him had like Hunter Avalon's harder to talk to, and they're better to talk. She's easier to talk to.
Yeah.
Want to do a cream pie gangbang?
Atheist. I want atheist so and so. Like, is that a thing?
What the fuck? What did she say?
I want some atheist D.
Is that a thing?
I guess for her it is.
Yes, I then they want pagan. I want pagan pussy. So I mean, atheist D must be a thing. If I want pagan pussy, then atheist D must be a thing as well. It's not gonna be atheism plus. It's atheism D. Remember that. It's like the fucking. It's like Vampire Hunter D, except except more. But we keep the fedora though.
Heart reacted that. Oh, Hunter Bros, I don't feel so good.
That's something that she was really interested in. You know, her ears perked up. It also led to us kind of, you know, talking sexual with each other.
Are you guys reading this? I mean, look, I can't read it all. It's too much. But just imagine this is what your wife is doing behind your back. Yikes.
Like, you know, she was sending me nudes all the time. You know, how do you feel about this? Do I look good enough to have OnlyFans? That type of shit. I'm just kind of coaching her, and we talking all sexual and shit. You know, she bought tickets when she's supposed to fly out.
You're encouraging her is what you're doing.
Well, I mean, he doesn't care. This guy's a pervert, so.
Oh, he's a porn star, dude.
I know, exactly.
So he's a fucking porn star, so these people don't have fucking boundaries. What are you talking about? So she literally just falls, like the borderline who is the mental, you know, the mental equivalent of a black hole. She falls directly into this guy's black hole of a life. No racism. Keep going.
Actually, this week, you know, to Houston, you know, so we can make it physical. Well, I got a message. Somebody I ain't never seen before. Somebody just messaged me and told me, hey, you know, somebody from that side said some things, and just letting you know this is what's being said about you. And at first, I'm thinking, man, it sounds like some bullshit. I know Hunter got a bunch of like haters and shit, but even I'm like, damn, like, how would anybody know the me and girl talking? It's supposed to be real discreet because she got her marriage going on, and you know, she said she'd been planning on kind of getting rid of this nigga, but she hadn't done it yet. And I was telling her, don't do that right now because of, you know, like, he gonna get mad and he finna just start fucking shit up, you know, trying to make your life hell because you're leaving him.
Pretty solid advice, to be honest. But yeah, it sounds like Carissa was telling other people
He
behind the
groomed
scenes
her.
what she was up to.
He groomed her. In a lot of ways, he groomed her. And I don't want to sound like it's all his fault, but she took the tutelage, okay? He groomed her, but she took the tutelage. That's something that people need to understand that. Yeah, so, you know, it ain't exactly his fault. He just so happened to be the first one to encounter her. So she would have done this to anybody.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, it's...
I mean, I never... Because it's just... Because I figured Hunter and her... I never would have figured Hunter had marital issues. Because it's just... This whole scenario is just kind of weird because I figured... Because I never hear, like, relationship failures from people who are leftists. And so this is kind of like a weird twist. Like, it is kind of new information, the new experience for me.
Well, I mean... Not really. I mean, look at what happened with Armored Skeptic and fucking Shoe on Head.
Oh wait,
Right?
are they broken up? I forget. I wasn't.
They
following.
are broken up. They are broken up. They got married and then they broke up.
Oh, what happened?
And well, he found the newer model of shoe on head.
Oh.
No, like seriously.
Oh, that's right. Oh, we covered it, right?
Right, we did.
Oh,
yeah.
I forgot about that. I do remember the new
her.
girl because, like, it's just like it's kind of like that joke in the new Sherlock series where the girl who has a crush on Sherlock says she's over him, but her boyfriend looks just like Sherlock.
Yep. Yep. Here, like, let me see if we can find a picture of her. Here we go. This is what she looks like. This is the new girl right here. This is the new girl for what Shoe on Head was
so
replaced
weird. Because she looks, except she has her real hair with her. It's like
she actually has real hair. She's more powerful than you, Shoe.
Oh, I shouldn't feel bad for Shoe, but still, it's like, oh, that sucked.
Well, she blocked me. I mean, I don't even know what the hell's going on with her. I got still watch her on YouTube. I just can't fucking comment or any of that shit. She's probably like, I don't know. I mean, she was still one of those people I still follow, despite all that crap. I mean, let's be frank. She knew what she was doing here. She knew what she was doing, Luke. Look at that. She knows what she's doing. Compared to actual Shoe on Head. I mean, you compare and contrast.
Ooh, her eyes, a choker, the dark dress, the long hair. Yeesh.
The newest Shoe on Head model. Keep going.
These terrible offsets. Like the man said, you're supposed to be discreet.
Well, I started hitting her up, and she was sick for a little while. At least that's what she told me. So I'm hitting her up like, "Hey, you good? What's up?" And I started noticing that she ghosted me. So I'm like, "Damn, maybe what was told to me was true." And I'll insert some things. Like, 'cause one of the things that made me feel like, okay, this probably did actually happen, is I remembered how when we were talking, because first we were talking on Twitter, and just right out the gate, we don't even talking for like maybe a few days, a week or something, and she was just like, "Hey, you want some dirt on Destiny?" I'm like, wait, what?
Okay, pause. Now, I talked about this on a recent episode of the Daily Code. I've purged a lot of content from my YouTube channel last couple of days because I'm trying to get remonetized. I don't think this video is going to be particularly helpful for that, but it's too good to resist.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not going to help you. But, like, this bitch fucking sold him out. This woman was not fucking loyal. Holy shit. She's literally, like, what happened? They were debating, right? And then eventually she starts coming on to him. Because I guess, misery loves company, or like, aggression breeds attraction, or something along those lines. But be that as it may, I'm gonna move on from here because that's basically what happened.
Before we do that, though, just really quick to Hunter's take on that.
I want to hear Hunter's take.
Let's see, what does he say?
Oh God, look at the soy. There's more soy in him, and I mean Chinese. God.
His wife cheated on him to have a gangbang with 5 black guys. Basically, depending on who you ask, what's the deal with Hunter Avolone, you're probably going to hear a ton of different explanations. You're going to hear a lot of different answers. But the reason that people are clinging to these rumors to the extent that they are is because it's a very convenient rumor. The idea that, like, Hunter is too much of a cuck and can't please his wife apparently is what the leak...
No, that's not really the issue, Hunter. The issue is your wife wants to cheat on you. The number of people don't really matter.
She wants an atheist D, dude. That's what she wants.
I thought Hunter was an atheist. That's what I thought.
I thought he was too, but apparently I don't think he is anymore. I think he's probably like some sort of new age shit or something along those lines.
These messages said, which is not true, we'll get into that in a minute, then that's a convenient narrative to believe. That supports their view of me as already being the sort of soy boy cuck, right? So if I actually get cucked, that is a super convenient rumor to believe.
It's more like the stars aligning too well.
So
life imitates art.
What's that?
Life imitates art.
Not care to think about the truth of the matter or really anything at all. They just kind of ran with it. So first and foremost, what happened? First of all, what happened was this guy, Kingston Hawk, who is a Houston-based photographer, was doing some OnlyFans work with Carissa and me. That's right. I was fine with me and Carissa doing some OnlyFans stuff because she was going to keep it anonymous and I was also.
Oh, that's
You're
bad.
a munchkin,
dude. That's
You're
bad.
a munchkin, dude.
Yeah, no
This guy's a
OnlyFans.
munchkin.
Husbands don't let their wives do OnlyFans, ever.
No, never. Never do it, mate. Never fucking
Again,
do it.
I see no reason why making money to also have sex with my wife at the time is anything other than a complete and total Chad move. So I know there's going to be...
No, it's
Chad
not.
move.
It is never a Chad. Sharing your sexual exploits online is never a Chad move. Only perverts think that.
That and people who are trying to impress someone.
Oh yeah, the thumbnail of that previous video has him with the beard. Who's the guy with the beard? The long
Jack Murphy.
The Jack Murphy beard. Yeah, it's
which will forever go down in history as the cock beard.
That explains why this explains why the beard is there.
Be people that cope and seethe about that. That's not the problem, okay? And we will start by showing the first screenshot, which shows that Carissa did in fact ask my permission before doing anything with the OnlyFans or sending anything that was like a nude photo to this person for the business or anything in that regard. So still sounds like
he is so soy. Look at him. Look at his glasses. Look at it. Like he is so pasty.
Wow. None of this is good. This doesn't make you look good. None of this helps, Hunter.
How does he fuck up? Also, how does he fuck up like the lighting? Like, look at the lighting, right?
It's is it?
I have lighting that's better, and it drains it. It literally drowns my fucking room with neon.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have that.
No.
He has a stupid little on-air sign. Oh, what is Nate? Luke, zoom in on that sword.
Oh, try to zoom in.
I see he's a man of culture. He's a man of culture, Luke. And look, he even has a fucking globe and a fucking bowler hat. He's a man of culture.
This looks familiar.
Yeah, it's basically a polypropylene sword. He's a LARPer. It's not even a real sword. It's not. Davis has more of a weapon arsenal.
It's a real sword.
Canadian.
He actually cuts stuff open with it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I personally am not a big fan of blades. I'm basically at the point where I'm well, I don't know.
I mean, I don't have a real sword. I have a fencing sword, but it's not sharp. It won't cut anything because it's practice.
Is that the Arini sword? No, it's not the Arini sword. That's a Boken. That's like a fucking cold steel sword. A cold steel Boken sword. Polypropylene, probably. Keep going.
Respect him enough to let him sit with the idea. So, okay. Clear as fucking day. Evidence right here that Carissa was respecting me and that I was involved with this. Okay, people that are saying cope, you're getting banned. And the reason for that is because, as I've said on Twitter, even if I say or lay out all the evidence, there are people that believe a certain thing about me, and so they are going to continue to bring it up.
Are you going to address his video?
No, I don't think he does.
I
don't think he does, man.
What is he sharing? What is he sharing? He's sharing these...
Carissa and I are
sharing pictures.
Again, in August 30th.
Okay, so now he's just reviewing their divorce.
He's reviewing their divorce because these guys... Like, honestly, dude, like, look at him. Look at that. Look at his eyes. Look at those eyes. Oh, my God. He's such a...
Here we go. The conversations between him and Hawk. Between her and Hawk. Find out.
Chump. Apparently that's me. I had no idea. This was, of course, news to me, as I was hearing that my wife said that I was inadequate, didn't satisfy her, and was a 2-pump chump. It's very, very strange for me. I'm not a 2-pump chump. Okay, I'm a 3-pump chump. Let's be nice, okay? But seriously, I have a feeling this is what's been...
He's trying to own it.
This screenshot. He lasted 2 pumps. I popped his chair, because people are saying, too, like, oh, so your wife took your virginity and then she left you? Let me guess. Did anybody see the video where it was cut like this? That's probably my guess, right? Well, let's zoom out a little bit. Oh, that's right. People are lying. She says this was a hypothetical. Like, what would, like, a hypothetical thing look like? She mentioned fucking her ex to see if he's as good as she remembered. And that he was only a 2-pump chump. So she wasn't even talking about me. She was talking about her ex, who I already knew was a 2-pump chump, who I also would joke about with her, about him being the 2-pump chump, the Minuteman. So people are spreading this.
The Minuteman. The Minuteman. No one wants to call themselves the Minuteman. The Minuteman. What the fuck?
Did Hawk try to censor that? Let me see if I find it.
I got him.
Yeah, because here's the thing that's interesting about this is that there is no way that we could actually know these are actually real. You could edit these. I've talked about this before. You know, I'll say Hawk is the real Slim Shady. This guy ain't the real Slim Shady. He literally looks like his unibrow fused with his glasses. And he has like soy. Like he's the type of person who would like think Kicks or something like that are for kids. Like really gross type of shit. Like pasty ass fucking wasp crap.
Here, okay? I'm the 2-pump chump, but actually I'm not because she's talking about her fucking ex-boyfriend here, not me. So, another fail. Are you surprised when you found out she wanted to get gangbanged and peed on? Anytime she expressed legitimate interest in that was after our relationship had ended, so I don't care. Hunter, I don't think this is the flex you believe. Okay, well, yeah, whatever. I mean, like I...
It's not. It's not, Hunter.
He looks like the guy from the kid from The Sixth Sense. He looks like the same actor, like you know the guy I think it's Toby Cooper or whatever the fuck is his name. Not Toby Cooper. What the fuck is his name? The kid who was in The Sixth Sense. You know the one.
Anakin Skywalker. What Anakin Skywalker? What's his name?
No, not that guy. What the fuck is his name?
The kid. I see dead people.
Yeah, I see. They're the same person, aren't they?
Yeah, the kid with the kid version of Anakin.
Yeah. They look. He. How old is this guy supposed to be?
I'm older than. I think I'm older than he is. So he's probably maybe in his 20s. Or no, 30s.
Yeah, I could smell the soy on him. I could look at his hair. It's soy.
Still a little
hair
bit
is
hurtful
soy.
and whatnot, and there's definitely things that I wish he hadn't said. But like,
I'm gonna
at
break
the end of
his
the day, no one was
nose.
insulting me or my performance in bed. So, and then I want to talk a little bit about the
Because that wasn't the point. That wasn't the point, Hunter.
actual.
Yeah,
case of
Harry
that.
Joel Osment. There he is. Harry Joel Osment. That's
So
what
Kingston
that's
Hawkins
what he
got it.
looks like.
Harry Joel Osment. Wow, yeah. Why can't I please his face?
Because his face is so fucking weird.
Harry Joel Osment.
He has that same Harry, like the modern Harry Joel Osment look.
Forrest Gump. His film. Forrest Gump. Did he play? Who did he play?
He was the kid who said, "I see dead people," and I know he's gonna.
Oh yeah, that was him, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the "I see dead people" kid, and I know he's probably gonna. He probably hates that fucking role. I hate to be the guy that says it. He probably hates it. Just keep going.
That was helping Carissa for a little bit with the OnlyFans stuff again with my.
Yeah, he has that unfortunate young Hollywood star thing where his face is like his youth appearance always follows him for the end of his days. He has that unfortunate facial anomaly.
He looks like a cross between Tim Allen and that guy from Tool Time.
Wait, this is Al Borland.
Yes.
My knowledge, and I was fine with that. Basically, Carissa like stopped responding to him for a little bit, and he no joke got butthurt and dropped a video leaking all of her anonymous OnlyFans stuff. And what he did is he leaked photos that he barely blurred on YouTube, mind you, showing nude photos of Carissa. And then what was worse is what was supposed to be an anonymous thing, he attached her legal name to it. So by definition, that is revenge porn. Because you have taken
So by
photos of-
definition, that definition, you have to take it down, and you're going to jail because you're a naughty boy. And I am the real virtuous male. How dare you? I will slay. I will literally protect my woman's honor with that sword in the background.
Yeah, I mean he's trying to clear up the facts, but the thing is, it doesn't help him. Nothing of this helps him.
Just get a gun and shoot the nigger. Not that. I'm just saying, like, if he's gonna fucking don't pussyfoot around it, be a fucking man, and fight like a man. Don't fight like a fucking kid. Like, kids use swords. Fucking men use men will use real swords, and that's not a real sword. That's a boken. All right. I got rid of mine years ago. I have a fucking 45 now. That's what's a real man's gun. Yeah, keep going.
Or sent by a person who had what is legally known as a reasonable expectation of privacy. She had a reasonable expectation of privacy, especially because she was there was the anonymous factor.
Look at the chat.
Anonymous?
Look at the chat. Why was this guy helping her with OnlyFans content? Weren't you the only person she was collaborating with? Lol 360, I see what you did there, bro. Your ex-wife literally posted her nudes on Twitter, bro. They're destroying him. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, Hunter's situation has never been ideal because technically he went from being a right-wing grifter to a left-wing grifter, and it's very clear that he's trying to follow whatever seems reasonable to him.
Is the money good? Is the money good? That's what I want to know. It's good enough for him to get a fucking on-air sign and a bunch of bullshit lights that don't even light up the room,
Mm-hmm.
and a fucking gaming chair, and I think that's like a.
Why does anyone buy those chairs? They're awful. They look awful and they look like they feel awful.
They feel pretty good, but the problem is they're very fragile. I don't like them.
Yeah, that's what the word is. They look like they're from China.
Well, they are from China.
There you go.
There you go. There you go. Problem
Post
solved.
reviews on Twitter. It was under the anonymous factor. By linking it to the legal name, that is where the law was broken. Did the original video get taken down? He did absolutely take the video down. He admitted that it was a misunderstanding, and I am now taking this and escalating it to law.
Oh, the Ultra Instinct. Did he take his video down?
Yes, he did.
Because the other videos are like, oh, these are reposts from the other video.
That's why we were originally using the original the guy the I Hypocrite gentleman.
I see.
Because he's the only one that I could find that actually has the original clips.
Yeah, I do see Mr. Ultra Instinct. He has the original video.
You know, like I was wondering whether me or not Mersh, the hell's his name, me or I'm not Archie. What the fuck is his name? He was the guy who's going after Razorfist. I'm wondering how much I would get in trouble for if I actually posted like Razorfist nudes, or like at least alluding to them actually existing. I don't know what the legality of that is. So like, there's a reason why like I've talked about him, but I won't link anything directly. Like you have to be the one to open. I can only show you the door, Neo. You're the one who has to walk through it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, so like,
Law enforcement.
keep going.
This is abso-fucking-lutely revenge porn. People are coping hard, saying, "Oh, what is it?"
Revenge for what?
Revenge for leaving him. She wants to basically make money off of him. And in reality, there's
revenge. Was revenge that he was expecting to get laid by her and she didn't go, or was that the revenge?
That was. He doesn't have a narrative. Like look at him. Look at what he's saying. Monogamous, basically socially enforced, really has allowed people to rationalize their insecurities and pretend it's something deeper. All these insults would be silly in a sexually liberal culture. Nah, Kingston Hawk is a piece of shit. It's the totally fucked up poor Christina. Oh wow, he's keeping the yes men. He's keeping the yes men in chat. Like you can tell.
OnlyFans stuff. Some of these photos were sent just to them, just to that guy, because he was helping her with the OnlyFans stuff, and then he leaked it in order to malign her and attack her, and also throw me under the bus. Also, he did so with malicious intent. Leaked photos that were completely revealing, absolutely over the line for YouTube. The blur was like 1% blurred. It was a complete fucking joke.
Oh, now he's gonna bitch about 1% blur. He's gonna bitch about the percentage of the blur. This guy is gonna this guy, oh man, he is not gonna win it. He's not gonna win the fucking lawsuit. We all know this. It's done.
To it.
GG,
all
no
of this
read.
is revenge porn by definition. I've read Houston law. I've read the law here where I live. It is fucking revenge porn. So, right here.
But here's the problem.
USB drive with all of the evidence saved on it, including the fucking doxing and revenge porn that I'm going to be giving to the police here in just actually another while, actually. So he's completely fucked in that regard. But for some reason, people believed the guy that broke the law and said the video was a misunderstanding and even took down his own video. But yet for some reason,
advice to Hunter in this regard, but it's probably too late. Make multiple copies of that shit. Don't always have the original. You know, and you're gonna want to have somebody who actually, you know, like I don't know what his situation is, but you're gonna have a backup of that. Don't give the master copy to the police; they will lose it. I guarantee you that. Yeah, keep going.
That's the truth. That's what actually happened. You see this serial liar, everybody, who has now been exposed for lying and being nothing but a slimy scumfuck? He's telling the truth about this one thing, right? Because that rumor's so convenient to believe if you dislike me. This Kingston guy...
That's not really what anyone noticed, Hunter.
It was your wife was a whore. You're unevenly yoked. That's what it is.
Bad news. He's a bad person. Additionally, with him breaking the law and doxing her and posting pornographic images of her, linking it to her legal name and posting revenge porn, additionally to violating TOS, YouTube TOS and whatnot, he also was just a complete scumfuck towards Carissa. Again, there were some things that Carissa said that I don't really like and I feel a little bit hurt by, but none of it was...
Was he aware of the conversation they were having?
I don't think he was. I think honestly he has to... I think it's a cope, dude. I really do think it's a cope. I really do believe this guy is coping really fucking hard right now.
I mean, it's bad enough that they're being divorced, but now with this, apparently this guy helped them with their OnlyFans account. I mean, that alone is a red flag. Like, oh.
Yeah. Don't date girls who have OnlyFans, guys. Don't
open an OnlyFans. Don't open an OnlyFans. Please don't help.
Yeah. Don't have one. I actually have one, but I don't have anything on it. I have it specifically because I just wanted it, right? Shit.
Ever like nothing ever escalated to like physical cheating or anything. There were just like a couple messages that I'm kind of like, I feel like you should have been a little more upfront with that. That's a little uncool. But that's it. There was nobody that was like cheated on or anything. But this guy was also a coercive piece of shit. He was manipulative, he was nasty, and he knew all of this private info now about Carissa, and he definitely had her in a position where she felt like
she's not gonna fuck you. She's not gonna come back. Stop trying to save her. He really wants to just say he wants to save her, but he can't save her. She's beyond saving. She's beyond redemption in that regard.
Maybe this is remember when Pastor Tom said about the curse of the woman? Maybe this is the curse of the man or the beta man.
What did Pastor Tom say again? Could you
because you know how Lauren Southern's always defending her ex,
right?
And so maybe it's just the same thing for men.
Maybe. You know, this is another example why we don't become unevenly yoked on this channel. We don't do that shit.
Hopefully,
I'll take a pagan war bride. I'll take a pagan war bride, but let's not kid ourselves. We're leaving the bitch at the fucking airport. All right, let's see. She's we're not gonna do anything. She is for the streets. Yes, she is for the streets. Amen. She is.
Easily as she wanted to say no to this guy. And I'm sorry, you've heard 2020. Hindsight's 2020, right? Well, we see the type of manipulative scumfuck that this guy was. Because as soon as she stopped responding to him because he started making her uncomfortable, he leaked all of her shit. He's a coercive piece of shit.
Well, he got concerned about her telling you what was going on, or that's the reason why he was having this conversation. See if I can find that particular. Where was that?
Have to have OnlyFans, that type of shit. I'm just kind of coaching her. How would anybody know that me and girl talking? It's supposed to be real discreet because she got her marriage going on. And, you know, she said she'd been planning on kind of getting rid of this nigga, but she hadn't done it yet. And I was telling her, don't do that right now because of, you know, like he gonna get mad and he finna just start fucking shit up, you know, trying to make your life hell because you're leaving him.
Pretty solid advice, to be honest. But yeah, it sounds like...
One of the things that made me feel like, okay, this probably did actually happen is I remembered how when we were talking, because first we were talking on Twitter, and just right out the gate, we don't even talking for like maybe a few days, a week or something, and she was just like, hey, you want some dirt on Destiny? I'm like, wait, what?
Okay, pause.
And his actions thus far have proven it. Stop coping, dude. Just because it's not physical doesn't mean it's not cheating. I agree, but it wasn't like an emotional like cheating thing. It was like she more or less felt kind of pressured and did stuff that I think she later felt guilty about.
No, dude, no, Hunter, no. Incorrect thoughts, no. You don't give this woman the benefit of the doubt. She has agency. You have to accept that. Because the moment you think she's some sort of pretty little princess is the moment she comes and stabs you in the fucking heart. And she looks at you in the eye as you fade. That's what you're dealing with. You're not dealing with, you're dealing with the borderline. And you know, we've had this conversation, I know, Wolf, but I'm going to continue to call out negative fucking behavior until the beatings will continue until your morality improves. That's the truth of the matter. And it's not you, Wolf, but like the fucking women. The beatings will continue until your morality improves. Keep going.
Messages. But no, I'm not saying it's not cheating, but the narrative that I got cucked or something is completely fucking false. First, you can see here that on May 17th, Kingston is talking about a photo shoot, and she was asking if she could bring me along. And he said, I don't mind him coming, but he doesn't have to. I'm not going to try to fuck you. When I'm in business mode, I want to get as much work done as possible. So he's trying really hard to like come off as like the very, friendly, nice guy. You can trust me, Well, fucking 2 days later, May 23rd, he completely backtracks on what he said. He says, even with you, our first combo went so well, and I liked your personality so much, I was giving way too much. And you can tell Chris is like, thank you, I think, okay? And he's like, it's a compliment. You're a likable girl. If I was a square, I'd be trying to date you. You're the type I could see being a great girlfriend. So 3 days after you tell her you're not going to try to fuck her, don't worry, you're just keeping this professional, you then switch up and start flirting with her hardcore? This guy is a scummy piece of shit. He is absolutely a scumbag, dude. He's a total piece of shit. It's hilarious. And then let's see. You can also see that multiple times Carissa was bringing me up to further say, can you stop flirting with me? Because this is making me uncomfortable, bro. And then he starts going
so fucking soy, man. That's all I could say about fucking Hunter. Because, I mean, what type of name is Avolone? He's using his real name, right?
I guess.
I assume he's using his real name. For me, it's not. It's just the hate. It's just that I hate feeling like you process every sexual decision through will it anger my husband. I know that's how you're taught to operate, but from my perspective, it makes me feel like you're not an individual human. I'm somehow flirting Hunter said you. Who's that for? Is that from the guy?
I think it's from her.
Right.
Wait. For me, it's just I hate feeling. Oh yeah, it's him. I guess Hawk talking to her. I think.
Yeah, so he's basically trying to get pussy because that's all he knows how to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and try to monetize it, which I'll give him credit for. I mean, if that's all you know how to do.
I guess that is his real name.
I guess so.
Oh yeah, he's 26.
Oh, to be young again.
Mm-hmm.
Glad
manipulation mode. He says, I just hate feeling that you process every sexual decision through will it anger my husband. I know that's how you're taught to operate, but from my perspective, it makes me feel like you're not an individual human. Like I'm somehow flirting with Hunter instead of you. He's supposed to be just advising her with the OnlyFans stuff. He has connections to other OnlyFans models. This is not just some random guy talking a big game. He actually had connections, and it was obvious that he knew what he was doing. He says he's going to keep everything professional, switches on a dime, decides to say, actually, I could see you being a great girlfriend, and now is trying to gaslight her into thinking that she's been taught to just accept that Hunter's in charge. He is such a manipulative, subhuman piece of garbage. Yeah,
hey now, let's not be racist here. How dare you? He's a very intelligent black man. He did do nothing. You pasty little white soy fuck.
Let's see.
But let's see. Keep moving.
Because I guess an earlier message she mentioned running it by me probably. It says, yeah, I'd expect you to run a decision like this by him. My advice is to just dabble a bit first. Make sure it's for you and then run it by him. And he's like, just send me nudes. Like, what the fuck? This could be her career choice. I don't even care. But like, right off the start, this guy is a walking red flag. He's a
Your wife.
The irony of that statement.
Your wife is in tandem with them. They're the same fucking people. You married unevenly yoked. You married unevenly yoked to Hunter. And why is it looking every time you pause it, he looks like he's crying?
That's just his face.
His face looks like a fucking... he does not photogenic. I don't know how... I'm not that much either. But holy shit, does not look good.
It's the glasses.
You sure?
I think it is.
You might be right, because I don't think he looks like Onision. I always thought this guy was like Onision. But you know who is like Onision?
Who is?
Besides Onision? Abu.
Oh?
Abu!
Oh, yes.
The little monkey. The son of the CIA nigger.
Oh, yes, this is going to be fun.
Yep.
You misunderstand me. I'm an innocent man. I didn't do nothing wrong.
He didn't do nothing, Luke. He did absolutely not a damn thing. It's the Matrix who was after him. I think MRAs are involved. I think these people are the ones who are going after him, and they are trying to undermine his success because he is the true alpha. He is the chosen one.
Mm-hmm.
That being
said,
said,
you're human trafficker by the lover boy method. I said, what's that? It's where you pretend to love them. So what, being nice? So I was nice to some girls 10 years ago? Is that my crime? Maybe I did love them. But we're not together anymore, so what? I pretended? Who said I pretended? Prove I pretended to love. And then what did I pretend to love them to achieve? I was all about trying to get paid. Like I used sex as a tool to make women love me so they'd obey me and live in my house and make me money.
Wah, wah.
Look at those fucking He has those dirty little ape eyes. The shit, like
No,
the
no, Dashing, don't be too offensive.
The shit. He has a shifty little merchant eyes. Like he's gonna try to rip you off at the swap meet. Yeah.
So yeah, on corporatetape.com I have my PhD program, and that is PhD is Pimp and Hose degree. That Who said I pretended? Prove I pretended to love, and then what did I pretend?
Now, to be fair, he's not saying that he pretended to in these past quotes, but there is heavy implications of that statement.
He's a dumb motherfucker, dude. He's not very smart.
He's just trying a confidence front. He's just hoping that his confidence will pull him through it. It's worked for his students.
I think this guy, I could break this guy. I think I said it before and I'll say it again because I'm an honest man and you can't really deceive me. You can't do that and I'll call you out on it and I will literally, I will basically destroy him like I destroyed fucking Arini in a lot of ways just by being a better version of him in some regards.
And to love them to achieve. So that teaches basically how I got girls, how I met girls, how I got girls to like me, how I got girls to fall in love with me to work on webcam for me.
2433. Okay, so basically it's saying don't force your girls into prostitution, and if one forces them after that, then Allah is forgiving.
What I see from that verse is that you can be a pimp.
Exactly.
Oh, so in order he converted to Islam.
The little monkey man, fucking Abu the Muslim pimp, is actually pimping.
Just like Muhammad. Oh, was that Muhammad or was that someone else?
No, Muhammad was more white.
Well, in
Just
action,
saying.
I mean. I know in appearance, but I mean in action.
He was less Anglo, let's say.
Let's see. Those who not find wherewithal in marriage keep themselves chaste until Allah gives them means out of His grace. And if any of your slaves ask for a deed in writing, then to earn their freedom, so give them such a deed if you know any good of them. Ye have something of yourselves out of the means of which Allah has given you. But force not your maids to prostitution when they desire chastity, in order that you may make a gain in the goods of their life. But anyone compels them, yet after such compulsion is...
Okay, so basically it's saying
such compulsion is
don't
Allah,
force
forgiven,
your girls into prostitution, and if one forces them after that, then Allah is forgiving.
What I see from that verse is that you can be a pimp.
Exactly. Well, what the verse is saying, if you do so, if you force them, then after that Allah is forgiving, is merciful. Why would God be forgiving to those people? Why would God be forgiving right now in this particular scenario? Like the guy is forcing the girl to do fornication, to prostitute herself.
So I was a pimp in that sense.
For money.
He looks like Gollum. DZ says it best. He looks like Gollum if he hit the gym. He does. He does. Yeah. Fucking creepy little white man.
Well, that's sad. Why is it even forgiven?
It's like I was not trying to have sex with women. I was trying to get women to obey me, and I realized that's easier if they like to have sex with me. If they don't like...
The Quran is so hard to read sometimes. Like, do not force your slave girls into prostitution for their own worldly gains, your own worldly gains while they wish to remain chaste. If someone coerces them, then after such coercion, Allah is certainly all forgiving and most merciful. But that doesn't tell me anything. Did that make any sense?
No, it's just it's literally like how the evangelicals would like say there's meaning to every word in the Bible. Like some of the stuff is just actually just the narrative of what happened. You don't need to like the disciples going to buy food at the market does not need to be meaningful in any meaningful sense of the word.
Yeah.
There's nothing meaningful except, they were humans, they eat and they shed as well, just like me.
But the thing is, in order to derive meaning, you have to be able to comprehend what you're reading, and I'm not sure what I'm reading. And if someone coerces them, then after such a coercion, Allah certainly all forgiving, most merciful to them.
I think it's the idea that don't worry about it. If your women get raped, it's okay. Jesus will see them as a virgin in God's eyes.
That's it. Maybe if you did held them into prostitution, then Allah will forgive that.
Yeah. He'll forgive that, probably.
Like having sex with me, it's pretty hard to make them listen to me. The case against me is that I pretended to love girls to make them do TikTok for money. I was all about trying to get paid. Like I used sex as a tool to make women love me so they'd obey me and live in my house and make me money.
I mean, like, for example, in certain parts of Nigeria, marrying off your daughter is an essential part of surviving life, right? So sometimes you might basically prostitute your daughter so your family can survive, right? And it's about and what I can read from this verse with the
Prostitute your daughter or just marry her out?
Pimp her out, dude. You're prostituting her.
The daughter. Ugh.
Yes.
What is denoted here from the Arabic is basically that if that happens, then there's forgiveness, and I find that beautiful.
Okay. Abdul Bar, would you like to share your thoughts on your understanding of the verse? On my real understanding of the verse, or the apparent meaning that you could get from the verse? Your real understanding before this room gets closed and we all get reported.
The real understanding before we all get reported. Yeah, because that's exactly what's going to happen. They're the religion of special needs. You cannot have these people. You just can't have them. You can't have them in the same area. That they just do not mix, unfortunately.
So is there any progress in his trial, or is he still waiting trial?
He's going. They're going to trial soon. They decided they're going to convict him, and now they're going to fucking take him to court. But the thing that's hilarious is we're going to see this guy basically fall hard. The little monkey will fall very, very hard from the tree, and he'll get eaten up by the alligators and the crocodiles and the vampire bats from Romania, because they have all that shit there, don't you know? But let's see. We're going to move on to something else, a bit more. Let's just say some more extracurricular activities.
Oh. And what is that?
From PolyGon. Because you know these people.
Disney's hottest animated animal characters ranked? What?
So apparently they want us to fuck animals. They think Nala, the fucking, the lion from Lion King.
Oh, so she's so suggestive in this shot.
Oh, she is. I mean, like, I would hate to be the kid in the like the olden days who would have like, oh, I would have fucking kickstart my puberty right there. That no, the kitty, no, bad coon kitty cat, no.
I mean, no animated character quote kicked off my puberty, but I did notice something odd, like when I've had that moment, like because there were two moments where I watched the Little Mermaid before and after, and I didn't know what happened, but when I watched The Little Mermaid after, I thought, there's something different about this show, but I'm not sure what it is.
Exactly. It's something that's subconscious in some regards. But, like that's The Little Mermaid. She was at least halfway there, right? And she was trying to get there.
Yeah.
She was literally trying to be part of your world. This is you devolving into like an ape man and becoming a fucking part of theirs, part of the animal kingdom. Yeah. You know, like Bad Touch Gang. So before the Disney edition of Would You Rather become a TikTok fad, it was one of my favorite games to play with my theater nerd friends. We ranked the typical Disney princesses and as potential suitors. Let's see. Oh, princes, she said. So, Flynn Rider, Jasmine, Aladdin, Esmeralda, etc. But every so often, an animal snuck into the rankings too, because Disney's anthropomorphic. Oh God, furries.
Okay, before we do, like, I have an account with 11 Labs. And I want to hear how this sounds. Where do we go?
Okay, let's play the 11 Labs. I want to hear that shit.
Okay, let's see what someone named Sam sounds like.
There are scientific reasons for people to be attracted to Disney animals. In Nicholas Salmon's book Babes in Tomorrowland, Walt Disney and the Making of the American Child, Bambi animator Mark Davis recalls studying real animals to inspire his drawings, but giving them human expressions and relatable movements so viewers could emotionally identify with them. I took a huge book on baby behavior and every interesting child's face. I would interpret it into the mask of this young deer.
Those were as cartoonish ones.
The furries were invented at the cutting room floor of Disney, and all makes sense now.
Of course it does.
He invented them, dude. What else does he have to say?
What is? Oh, let me fix this.
Let's see what else Seven Labs. I actually like it because I don't like reading. You know, we're gonna find it for
The Bambi animals weren't as cartoonish as the ones in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which supervising animator Eric Larson said resembled big flour sacks. And as the decades went on, the line between human and animal characteristics in Disney characters continued to blur.
Continued to blur, you say? So, I mean, we had the Little Mermaid, right? I mean, she's a fish.
Sex and Sexuality in Modern Screen Remakes author Dr. Lauren Rosewarne explains why people get so thirsty for Disney animals.
What?
What?
Thirsty for Disney? Was that actually something he said?
When
the author put those words in there.
A character that is putatively an animal speaks with a sexy voice and human physical elements. Curved hips / cleavage / biceps, etc. The producer is presenting a sexualized animal to the audience. None of this is an accident, she said. For some audiences, this presentation won't be particularly meaningful. In others, it's vaguely attractive. And for others, the display will be distinctly arousing. Producers know this and cash in on it.
And lastly,
they cash in on Minerva Minx.
So it's perfectly logical that Disney animals play a big part in kids' early sexual development. With that in mind, let us take a journey through the hottest animals in the Disney kingdom.
Oh, let's please.
let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's see, number 20, Bernard.
No, you just had these. They're 20. They're 20.
Why? Bernard is considered attractive.
How are they 20?
But why Bernard?
No. How are they 20?
Oh no, there are plenty of Disney animal characters, but why Bernard?
Yeah, but that's like diversity. We're getting into diversity higher territory now. Like, why Bernard? Because he's an animal, Luke. We have to get our racial quota, don't you know?
I mean, but Bernard is basically the comfortable. It's like the comfortable fat white guy who helps the hot girl out on the quest.
He has a cute little hat, though.
It's like, who's the?
Let's hear what he has to say. Let's hear what the article has to say.
Bernard is riddled with anxiety. Let's give him a different voice real quick. Let's see. Who shall we use? Rachel, Josh. Let's try Josh. Maybe that's more masculine.
Oh boy. Come on.
Bernard is riddled with anxiety, and he has the mouse equivalent of a dad bod. But he's also sweet and dedicated to his loved ones. As a member of the Rescue Aid Society, Bernard will always overcome his fears in order to do the right thing. Also, he's got fashionable flair with his paperboy hat and distinguished turtleneck.
Oh, he does he?
But what I love the most about Bernard is his voice, supplied by...
Oh my god. What? Because he's...
It's crackly and deadpan, yet gentle and kind.
Number 19. The Tramp from Lady and the Tramp. But wait, wait a minute.
I'm looking at all these different ones. So let's see.
Carlene Madden. Oh, so it's a woman's writing this.
A woman. White girls fuck dogs. White girls fuck dogs. White girls fuck dogs.
Let me give her a feminine voice, shall we? I'll fix that. Let's see what Rachel sounds like.
I want the feminine voice. I want the feminine voice to just get down to number 10. Who gives a fuck about about?
Just like the name says, Tramp is a player. It's clear why he's had lots of dog girlfriends. He's got a devil-may-care attitude and sense of adventure that's impossible to resist. His lust for a life without offense makes him an even more handsome hound. Larry Roberts' scruffy voice brings out his playful and mischievous spirit. Even though Tramp comes from the wrong side of the tracks, I wouldn't mind sharing spaghetti with him.
Oh, Rita. Oh.
Wait, how do you know these characters, Luke?
Well, Oliver, I've seen virtually every single Disney movie, so...
Oh. Well, there you go. You're an artistic layman, aren't you?
Uh-huh. Beast from Beauty and the Beast.
That's cheating.
What?
Let's hear that one.
Oh, hold on a second. Wait, hold on. What is... Let's try Ellie. Let's see what that sounds like.
I'm not sure exactly what Beast is. The animators made him a mix of a buffalo, lion, boar, gorilla, and bear. Since he's a human trapped inside a monster's body, it makes sense that viewers like Belle would also fall for him. The beast's bright blue, human-like eyes reveal the wounded boy trapped inside that I can't help but feel sorry for, in spite of his whole abduction as romance thing.
But that's not what his story is. She doesn't find him physically attractive.
This is Tumblr shit, dude. These people believe in like headmates and crap.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Underneath his problematic temper, the beast is a sweet person, animal just looking for his special someone. He makes us believe that I can domesticate a bad boy.
And that's the worst message. That was the worst criticism of the the most advanced criticism of the Beauty and the Beast, Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, it's Stockholm syndrome. This is a furry right here, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're dealing with.
Oh, there she is, Miss Bianca.
Fucking, what is it that freaking, Balenciaga? Yeah, that's what Miss Balenciaga looks like.
Dodger from Oliver and Company, who's Dodger's supposed to be, the friend that Oliver makes. Is he supposed to be the older one or the younger one? Like the Jew who steals from people, or the kid?
The kid. Wait, that's actually a Jew in the game.
I think. I think the guy who lives in the streets. I think he's supposed to be like stereotypically Jewish.
Really?
I mean, Oliver. Let's see, Oliver.
You're probably gonna get me busted in this regard. I mean, we've already been like hit pretty hard, but wow.
Musical. What's his name? The criminal that he works with, Oliver.
Luke has furries on this. Has furs on his server. It's only a matter of time before they infect him. Yeah, we have to quarantine you off, Luke. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, but don't worry. Furries are not my weakness. I have a far worse weakness.
Oh God! Don't share it on Lair.
No problem. Kimpole. What's his name? I'll find it later. Scrappy. Oh, George Chat. The prissy little princess, poodle princess,
the poodle,
everything. And she says, "Do you know whose bowl you're eating out of?"
Oh yeah. Christ!
Do you know whose house this belongs to? I thought it was Emmy's. Well, it may be like Emmy's, but everything on the doorknob down is mine.
Oh Christ!
The prince from Prince Naveen?
Why? That's cheating.
Fraud.
That's cheating.
Well, I mean, technically they're all cheating because they're trying to incorporate Vixie.
There's a Vixie?
Well, yeah, the girl Fox from Fox and the Hound. That's his.
I don't.
And Fox and the Hound.
Remember shit.
Well, Fox and the Hound. It's a fox being like raised by a woman who basically raises the fox from finding her in the woods. But then eventually things escalate and he has to go back in the woods, and that's his girlfriend.
Yeah, how bad are we talking here?
Oh no! Judy Hops from Zootopia.
The fucking bunny. Let's let them read the frickin'.
Let's see.
God, what is this? I can't read.
Ellie. Oh, I did Ellie last. Bella. Let's see what Bella has to say.
Oh God, Bella. No.
Judy Hopps is a plucky bunny who hops her way into viewers' affections with her precious little pink nose and big purple eyes. But she isn't just an innocent little hare. She's a tough, determined cop, ready to defend Zootopia with a va-va-voom figure.
A va-va-voom figure. Just cut to number one, Luke. Let's get this shit over
I'll
with.
see that lady from Lady and the Tramp. Hot Tiger? He's not even a character. He's just there for like he's the character that and the bunny pulls her child away like a white woman takes her puss away from a black man in an elevator.
Robin Hood is number one. The fucking fox people.
No, Nick Wilde. Okay, the fox number 8. Nala from The Lion King. Simba from The Lion King also. Basil, the Sherlock Holmes version. The Sherlock Holmes.
The Sherlock Holmes, because we have to have the British, right?
Let's see. Roxanne. Come on, that's human. That's a goofy version of a dog.
That's a goofy.
That's clearly a beautiful redhead.
Yeah.
Oh, come on! This is Verdi Girl. That's not like you can't use the Goofy movie characters. That's not the right.
You can't. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I'm saying 20 of this shit. You gotta be kidding me. Get out of here.
Right. Let's see. Oh, Kavu from Lion King 2. Okay, that's
Which
less human.
That's a bit esoteric, don't you think?
And last number 1, Robin Hood.
Because we've gone full on.
But he's not a fox. He's a human who happens to look like a fox.
He gestated and became a fox person.
The highest ones are furries. It's just what it is. But let's hear what she has to say about Robin Hood.
Monsieur Hood, what does he have to say?
What does this girl have to say about with Antonia? Hopefully, Antony. Oh wait, is that a female voice or a girl voice?
What are you using, by the way?
11 Labs.
Robin Hood is a bad boy with.
Oh, yeah.
I'll use a different. Let's see, lady voice. Arnold and let's see who's the first. Rachel. Let's use Rachel one more time.
Rachel.
Robin Hood is a bad boy with good intentions. He steals from the rich and gives to the poor. Part of what makes Robin Hood one of the sexiest Disney animals, and a notable furry icon, is his charming British accent and medieval-style tunic and feathered cap.
Notable furry icon. She said it, not me. Oh.
There's also nothing hotter than standing up to the establishment. This adventure-seeking outlaw slings an arrow into our hearts with his cocky attitude and rebellious but generous ways.
He wasn't standing up to the establishment. He was standing up to the corrupted establishment that the brother took over when the king went out. Which apparently he did through the snake character, hypnotize the brother to go off and fight the crusade so he can have the kingdom for himself. That was interesting.
2 minutes in. 2 minutes in, Luke. We need a palate cleanse.
Oh, what's that? What happened?
2 minutes in. 2 minutes in.
Let's see, what's this? 2 minutes in. I see.
That's what get yiffed in hell for fags. God damn. What else do we got here? What else do we have in our bag of tricks? Let's see. Alrighty, what else do I got in this video? What else do we have besides the fact that we're winning in the Ukraine? We're kicking ass.
Well, on an off topic, I went to go see the movie Rudy Gilman, the Teenage Event of Kraken.
You know, I don't watch TV, so I don't even know what's playing at the theater right now.
I'll put it in the background.
All right, play it in the background.
Oh, the trailer especially. Gilman, not Rudy Giuliani. Ruby Gilman.
Here's something for you. Okay, here's something for you.
What's this?
This.
Task Force. What's this?
California made history today. A state task force released its final list of proposed reparations for African Americans.
Oh, brother, this again?
This again.
Final list, okay.
I want you to listen to how they talk and how the collectivist mind works.
It includes more than 100 recommendations, from a formal apology to monetary compensation. NBC Barry's
California didn't even exist at the time. What is going on here?
They weren't even a slave state, Luke.
But logic and reason doesn't mean nothing to greed, so here we go.
Yep.
Scott Budman joins us now with a closer look at California's effort to atone for generations of racial disparity. And Scott, tell us more about the details in this 1,000-page report.
Well, Janelle, after 2 years of discussion, the final report includes more than 100 specific recommendations, including recommendations on a formal apology from the state. But much of the discussion is centered around recommendations for monetary compensation. And while the report does not include specific dollar amount, it does contain a method to determine who would be paid if the state approves the plan.
Which is...
I'm going to stay in the struggle until America is redeemed. And the day will come when all of us...
You lie. There will never be a day when America is redeemed.
No, and again, this bitch across from him snapping her fucking fingers. It's not doing the No, go, girl. None of that shit. That wasn't happening. This is legitimately snapping because they can't clap. They're that politically correct. He's playing the whole Black Hellfire Preacher shit. Doesn't fucking fly with me.
Say I'm black and I'm proud.
Pastor Amos Brown of San Francisco's Third Baptist Church was among those who spoke passionately about reparations to atone for past race-based disparities.
How dare this man speak in the name of Christ?
This man, he needs to be stripped of his powers. That's the reason I'm a Catholic. I love the institution. I love it. No, I'm serious. I love the institution because, that way we have some level of fucking legitimacy.
Assuming the Pope's on the level.
That means multiple things at once, but yes.
Yeah, I know.
Housing discrimination, land seizure, and other harms done
from who? Is that during COVID?
From who exactly? From the state, from the people, from those evil racists. You know the evil racists. You know the ones.
The wacists.
The wacists. Those wascally wacists.
Be very, very quiet while hunting wacists. Oh boy.
Oh, that dude, you're making me think that Elmer Fudd's gonna lynch fucking Bugs Bunny or something.
To black Californians.
And we're gonna read. And we're gonna make sure that our
He even has a pagan staff. Even has a pagan staff.
We'll be able to consult this great document and see the evidence that this state has committed the crime against black folks, and it's time for them to pay their crime bill.
I would love to see a copy of that book.
I would love to see a copy of it as well. My God, I mean...
Hey, we're making our brothers and sisters whole.
We have been on the battlefield fighting against principalities and things that we cannot see.
Or find, for that matter.
Yeah, and at the same time, like, these people are legitimately playing the Gnostic card, aren't they?
Yeah.
I could sense the racism.
They're turning this political situation to a spiritual war. Oh, good grief. Nothing bad happens from that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like there's a concept of racial holy war in the white nationalist camps that they can't weaponize against you. Yeah.
In order to force this system to do right by descendants of enslaved people for the generational harm that has been inflicted upon us.
It's called the welfare state, you idiots.
Yep.
While not specifying a dollar amount, the task force recommends monetary compensation to individuals who can trace their history to ancestors who were enslaved in the U.S. or a free black person living in America prior to 1900.
Oh, please. In California is going to be hung for the bill for the entire country. I mean, there is a kind of delicious irony in that for us former Californians, but still, what the?
Well, I escaped. I'm out of that place.
Yeah. It'd be a beautiful state if it actually knew how to be run.
Ugh.
The metric would provide an estimated $1.8 million to the state's oldest qualifying black residents. In total, the task force recommended more than 115 policy reforms.
So it is also my hope that the task force general efforts strengthen the movement for global reparatory justice for people of African descent.
The recommendations now go to the California legislature, who will decide what to approve.
We must find this list. We must find out what it says on it.
We have to find the people who are going to make the decisions, and how many of them are actually, like, black and white.
Where's the list? I must find this list.
I must find it, Luke.
Where are you? Come on.
There'll never be enough for them.
Fills more than 1,000 pages, including 100 recommendations. Come on, show us. Where are you? Task Force Operations.
Oh.
No, that's a video. I don't want to watch a video. I want to read something, please. Making amends. Actual preparation. California list. Come on. Yeah, let's see. What do we got? Unprecedented reparations report detail 500 years of anti-black harm. Almost 500, blah, blah, blah. Credited in 2020. Every state has some history to harm the African American community. Does it? Anthony Rappert
does
blah, blah,
not
blah.
every what? Yeah, when we think about Hawaii and Alaska and fucking Washington, along with I want to say Oregon, California, Nevada. I think we may have had some.
The denial was accurately felt in California, which prohibited slavery when it joined the U.S. in 1850, but was also supported the rights of pro-slavery white Southerners and looked the other way as enslaved people were trafficked into the state. Oh, that's their argument.
Right. So they were trafficked in there. So the fact that they're not in Louisiana, or the fact that they're not, let's say, in some Southern Bible Belt state. Now they basically, because they had the balls to move, or they were moved by someone else. That's the reason we're giving them money.
The report also highlights historical injustices that have helped fuel modern-day disparities, blah, 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 such as exclusion of how to support federal law. Oh, they are really trying to just push every single thing that anywhere that's happened in America is going to be taken out in California. Let's see. But where's the list? Why are they hiding? Of course they're hiding it. Of course they can't.
They're hiding it because they know that we will retaliate against them.
People are gonna have so much fun tearing it apart if they ever have a chance to read it.
Oh yeah, dude. Let's see what else we got besides Hunter Avolone.
Final report. Is it available? Can I read it? Please, 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 please.
Here you go.
Wow, it's loading. It's a big document. Big PDF document.
Let's listen to what the fucking Jew has to say about the pagans.
What happened? Oh, here we go. What happened?
Well, one of the common features of religious practice these days is that religion has been hollowed out in a lot of ways by paganism. Pagan value systems have crept into our churches, into our synagogues, even into some mosques, and they've basically taken over and they're wearing around.
Snuck into mosques? They were always there.
They were always there in mosques. Stop simping for the fucking muzzies, dude. They gotta go too.
Institutional face as sort of a skin mask Hannibal Lecter style. And nowhere is this truer than when it comes to Democratic Party Catholics who proclaim that they are pro-abortion. Joe Biden has been doing this for years. I frankly do not understand under Catholic doctrine how this is acceptable in any way, shape, or form. Catholicism is obviously extraordinarily pro-life. That is from the papacy on down. And yet Joe Biden, the Catholic president of the United States, who is constantly talking about how Catholic he is while flying the Pride Progress flag from the center of the White House rotunda and featuring various trans influencers jiggling their breasts. That same Catholic president also said yesterday that abortion, pretty important, and he kind of is into it. He said on Tuesday that while he is not big on abortion as a practicing Catholic, he says, you know what, Roe versus Wade got it right. Quote, I'm a practicing Catholic. I'm not big on abortion, but guess what? Roe versus Wade got it right. Headline here, practicing Catholic, 65% disagrees with Catholicism. So that is exciting stuff. He then criticized states that have passed laws restricting access to abortion at all. Presumably he's in favor of abortion being available pretty much under all circumstances. He has been asked publicly in the recent past about what restrictions on abortions he thinks would be appropriate, and he refuses to answer the question. So the answer, of course, is none. And this is the same sort of answer given by the very Catholic
because at the end, because at the end of the day, all of this is bullshit. They know that they have the entire pagan group. They're either atheists, they are, I would say, utopian. Well, they're all utopian at the end of the day, but they're either atheists, they're either, Catholics who are basically wayward Catholics or Christians, or they're heavily pagan. And we're talking like Dianic Wiccans, we're talking like basically everything, all of the secular socialist shit, like gender studies and feminism and all the Native American rain dance shit. They worship the pagan gods the same reason they hate the Christian God, because diversity is their strength. They're bringing in pagan gods with pagan values that will infiltrate our culture. And that's something that you should terrify everyone, because now we're dealing with a bunch of people who see themselves as basically, gods in some cases, and in some cases they think sex is sacred. They'll agree with you on that, but then they'll fucking have a giant gangbang gay orgy, because that somehow is pagan. in some regard. And it is.
It's okay. I finally found some options on the list. It says these proposals detailed below are create and fund the California America Freedmen Affairs Agency, repeal Proposition 209, which basically says California is not allowed to choose on the basis of race, mandate effective racial impact analysis, require agency transparency, make legislative findings that build legislative records that reflect the historic present state of passive structural barriers and discrimination against African Americans, and support reparative entrapments. Okay, so it's still the systemic racism nonsense. Transmit the AB 313 Task Force report to the President of the United States and the United States Congress. Anywho.
Yeah.
Catholic,
but the whole thing is like a huge college essay. I mean, it's just like the whole first half is like, oh, this is what America did. 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 And then this is what you owe us. Like, ugh.
It's a list of charges and a fucking bill.
She's not promoting same-sex marriage. She's also promoting abortion on demand. The Hill tries to clean up after the president, saying the president's discomfort with abortion, which is fueled by his Catholicism and personal stance on the issue, was in the spotlight last year when Roe was overturned. But he has taken steps unilaterally to protect access to abortion pill and to increase contraception and family planning, among other modes. So what other non-Catholic and pagan things can Joe Biden do as a religious person? And again, this only becomes relevant in the context of the fact that we are an increasingly pagan society. So I think that there was a general...
Gnostic,
yep. No, well, it's a lot of the stuff we're dealing with is left-hand Gnosticism.
That requires a certain explanational context, so maybe he needs to explain what Gnosticism is before he gets to that. Because, I mean, if we're talking about socialism infiltrating society, that's Gnosticism. Let's bring that up. Let's bring up James Lindsay and Tick History and show you those comparisons, but that's going to take Ben some time to explain to his audience.
Yeah, exactly. And the problem here is that he doesn't have salvation. You know, to him, all he has is his tradition, and those who want to basically use the Talmud and know the Talmud better than you do, Ben, and they will weaponize it against you. They will literally use the Talmud and they will go through it and they will basically say, you can't say this because they will purity test. And the problem here is most of the stuff that's in the Talmud is bullshit anyhow. It's not actually the quotes that a lot of the white nationalists will drop are full of shit. They're either taken out of context or just completely made up. The problem here is how many of these fucking progressives are actually going to fucking, regurgitate the lies. Because they don't even know their own religion. It'll be very interesting to see Gnostic fucking Judaism.
Perception, back in, say, the 1990s, that there was such a thing as neutrality. That in the public space, in the law, you could find politically neutral. That existed. So, for most of American history, the Judeo-Christian value system was the value system that simply prevailed. It was in the water, it was in the air, it was the thing that we all sort of relied upon. To the point where even I, a child in the early 1990s, going to a local public school in Burbank, California, they would have like a Christmas play, and I would play an elf as an Orthodox Jewish kid. Because the simple fact of the matter was that the value system that was sort of internalized by the American body politic was a Judeo-Christian value system. And then the left said, wait, that's a value system.
It was a Protestant value system.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Only recently it's become Judeo-Christian. I actually once volunteered at a local elementary school, and they were doing a Hanukkah play.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't even think the majority of the kids were Jewish.
That's weird.
And it's discrimination. If we even have that value system present in any way, shape, or form, we need
I mean, it was back in LA, so maybe there was a big Jewish community there.
Maybe. That might be it.
Neutral space, absolutely anodyne. And it turns out that what they meant was not a neutral space. What they meant was a space cleansed of all Judeo-Christian tradition. If you cleanse a space of Judeo-Christian tradition, what fills that space is paganism. What fills that space, because people have a need to worship, they have a need for a value system that's going to fill that vacuum, what fills that vacuum is the old stuff that was there before the Judeo-Christian value system. And that system of thought generally believes that what happens in the universe is absolutely not understandable, that the world around us is a place of chaos, that pure will and subjective intent is what matters more than anything else in life, and that all forms of morality, except for ones that are quote-unquote judgmental, actually are just variations on the same theme. And this, of course, leads to, in the end, an enormous amount of narcissism, a belief that the entire world must be bent only to
Bannon disliked that. Bannon will remember that. Bannon.
Uh-huh.
He just spit in the eye of the fucking traditionalists, because that's what they are. They're traditionalist pagans.
Mm-hmm.
He just spit in the eye of the fucking traditionalists, because that's what they are. They're traditionalist pagans. He just spit in the eye of the fucking traditionalists, because that's what they are. They're traditionalist pagans. He just spit in the eye of the fucking traditionalists, because that's what they are. They're traditionalist pagans. We're all worshiping the same God. We're all on the same page. It's just like in Battlestar Galactica. That's what we're dealing with.
Is the key to everything, sexually, morally, when it comes to things like abortion. You can see how deeply this rot has penetrated via an article in the New York Times that is out today. The Democrats want to run on abortion. The reason they want to run on abortion in the national election next time is because they ran on abortion in the last election cycle, and they did better than expected in places like Kansas and places like Michigan. The reason for that is because the sort of broad spectrum average public opinion in the United States when it comes to abortion is somewhere between pro-life and pro-abortion. In other words, most people in America believe that abortion is a bad thing, but most people in America also want abortion to be available at least in the early stages of pregnancy. Now, that's obviously not logically sustainable. I'm as pro-life as it's possible to be. From point of conception, you now have a human life with potential. It's as simple as that, just from a logical, moral point of view. But people
don't tell the Satanists that. Don't tell the Satanists that, because they will fight for the individual except the individual that's unborn.
Mm-hmm.
They don't give a damn because again they're egotists. They're not individualists. They're egotists. They don't understand the concept of individualism. They only understand the rhetoric behind it, and therefore it's a weapon to beat their enemies to death with. That's what you're dealing with.
What they just have a general feeling about. And the general feeling in the United States is that abortion after about week 10, week 12 is really egregious. And then they want availability for abortion, at least on the federal level, before week 10. Now, again, when I say the average opinion, I'm not talking about the average opinion in Alabama. That's very different than the average opinion in California. The average opinion in California is that you should be able to abort your 7-year-old. The average opinion in Alabama is much more like mine. Okay, but when you average those things out, that tends to be the broad spectrum pick. So what happened is that in the aftermath of Roe versus Wade being overturned, there were a lot of states where the pro-lifers, people like me, pushed very hard for the principled pro-life position, no abortions after conception, basically, except for life of the mother, for example. And the reaction to that by a lot of people on the left was, okay, we're just going to go for broke in the opposite direction. And because the average opinion in a state like Michigan is probably somewhere around the 10-week mark, when given the choice between all abortions banned and all abortions not banned, people went with all abortions not banned. The reality is that on a strategic level, I've made the case that places like Michigan, places like Kansas, pro-lifers would have been better going for an incremental approach and gradually pushing the line back, which is what we've done here in the state of Florida. It started off with a 15-week ban, moved to a 6-week ban. You've seen the same sort of thing happen in the state of Georgia. But put all of that aside for a second. The real question is why the values...
The slipping of Christianity in the cultural mind has less to do with the alternatives being available and more to do with people rejecting it due to the failures of the church. Exactly. Yeah, you're right about that. A lot of my friends who are in the church, they don't like... There are things they don't like about the church. There are things that they do like about the church. I don't like the country club angle of it. I don't like that idea. I don't like the idea that it's like a country club. I hate it. I personally have a very religious teacher who's mentally and emotionally abused her students in the name of Jesus. Yeah, exactly. Those people are evil. Those people are absolutely evil, Wolf. They absolutely are. And the biggest problem here is that Ben would get along with a lot of these pagans a lot. And the problem with that is that nobody's going to be able to say, yeah, there are crazy Christians out there who deserve to be punished, and there are crazy pagans who need to be punished as well. But we need to have a majority Christian society. I don't want to have a majority Muslim society. I don't want to have a majority atheist society. I do not want a majority, pagan society. I don't, but we're seeing it. Why are we seeing it? Because we keep subsidizing it. That's the reason why. In the 1990s, these fuckers took over. They took over everything.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow. Luke, any final thoughts? I'm getting kind of tired.
Let's see, do I have any final thoughts? I guess the only thing I can say... let's see, what have we seen today? We've seen... yeah, keep your sexual stuff private because that's where it needs to stay.
Yeah, exactly. The state may not have anything to do with the state may not have no business in your bedroom, but your bedroom has no business on the front on Main Street. No
one needs to see that.
No one needs to see that. No one wants to see that. And if you start saying, "Well, it's my religious reason to for me to run around naked and whatnot," that's the problem with our society. We have way too much freedom and not enough responsibility. And those who are not, they're cultural outlaws. Let's just say. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, be good to one another. Take care of one another. Remember to saving the West.